Hi, chat. Hello. Welcome tonight. Welcome. We got a nice little Clyde. He's all sad 2.0 left today. She'll be back, buddy. She'll be back. What do you got to say, huh? He's like, that feel good, fat man. Anyways, hello, chat. Welcome to the show. Yes, Laney is bork. Or boof, boof. Your mic is coming in real hot lately. I don't know why. I've turned it down. So, sorry. I'm not sure why it's doing that. What's wrong, buddy? Huh? What's wrong? Huh? Yeah. That's right. So, Diane says, well, you got a live. Well, thank you for stopping by. Real quick, though, Unforced Ego goes, Sir! Then Shredder S 07 says late in Somali. Well, I guess that didn't happen today, sir. So, hey, guys, welcome to the show. Hope you're all doing well. And, I got a shout out today for Emily Baker. Oh, that's good news. Emily does great stuff. She's in the middle of the Brian Walsh. I know it's not Walshy, but it looks like it's Walshy, but the Brian Walsh trial. I know she's covering that, but cool. I got a shout out. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. Thank you for not saying he sucks and he's fat. Let's see here. Silly was saying Clyde's getting a little chubby looking, unless that's fluff. No, this is like Clyde fluffs up a little bit. He'll get trimmed up here in a little bit. He'll be all right. I mean, he might be getting. I don't think so. I think he weighs the same. A lot of this is he looks a little scruffy. So, yes, Sellers says that's how I'm gonna have to address the governor soon. I know, Mr. Governor, sir, please do the needful to Ohio, sir. Yes, it's gonna be a dictatorship before we know it. Clyde, can I set you on the ground? Our state dish could become like chicken tikka masala or whatever, rice biryani or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't eat any of that shit. Butter chicken naan or... Yeah, I don't eat that stuff. Sorry, chat. I don't do the needful. So... Let's see here. Yeah, yesterday was Guarino in the searches. Okay. Walsh isn't doing too good after today's evidence. What's the thing? I mean, if it all comes in, it looks really bad for him. I mean, like, that's the thing. A lot of it comes in, but if he can keep it all out, yeah, you look like $1 million. What the fuck? I get AIDS and I have premium. Yeah, that happens every once in a while. It's a new dish of Ohio. How could you? And Ag is saying Clyde is big mad. No, that's Laney. Laney's barking. Clyde barks very differently, and I'll let you know when Clyde's barking. Hold on one second, chat. We're back. Walsh is bone no matter what. Yeah. Well. Oh well. I guess they're lucky that the court's not willing to let them murder. The court is willing to excuse corrupt cops because they would rather have corrupt cops than let a murderer walk free. And once again, I say, what better way to enhance accountability for the police than letting that murderer walk free? Because guess what? People are going to demand answers, and they'll say, why do we let these murderers walk free? Well, might be a reason for that now. We take care of that. So, Yeah, but Guarino's on a Brady list. I don't give a shit he's on a Brady list. He still gets fucking paid. Like, that's the problem here. These guys still get paid. Also, hold on one more second, chat. I mean, that's the issue. Like, I don't care that other stuff is happening because at the end of the day, these guys still get paid. These guys still get paid. Like, we can't have that. Like, it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help anyone. And also, hold on here. Did this not go the way I wanted it to? Yeah. There we go. It's a little weird. It felt like I was off. It was off center for a minute. But he still gets paid. I mean, Guarino makes how much? MSP, Detective, Guarino. So Detective Guarino makes $190,000. I mean, like, we went, like, trust me, we like, he wins on that one no matter what. He wins no matter what. Sweet Two Phrases, will all bad cops put on the Brady list? No. Not every place has a real Brady list anyway, or effective ones, especially in smaller areas. I mean, it all depends where you're at, but it's not a common thing. So, no, not as many as should be. Not as many as should be. He's also on medical leave. I mean, that's one thing I could hope, that getting hit by that car fucking hurt. So. Also, chat, I do have a confession. I might be leaving you soon. Some things might be happening, chat, and I just want to let you know now. I am looking at some possible employment that's out there. Don't worry, I'm not going to get this. I'm not going to be awarded this position. But I saw the ad on Twitter, and I was like, for $190,000 a year, hell yeah, I'll try. I mean, we'll apply. I doubt it's going to get me there, but we shall see. We shall see. Would be based if I did. I could live stream the hearings. I could live stream the hearings. It'll be like in the movie Firefox, where they're like, your papers are not in order, and it's a trick to draw you out. I'll be like, sir, do you do the needful? And he'll be like, yes, sir. And I'll be like, Flera. I could deport the FBI director. That would be based. Well, yes, thank you. Access, I'm trying for the UAB head football coach position. Well, there you go. Fair Frozen says, get that paycheck. Yes. And then Unforced Ego goes, based. Yes. Yes. If I get that job, stream with glow-in-the-dark paint on. Yes. Well, that'll be great. I'll just sit up there while, like, start the hearing. Sir, are you building a model airplane right now? Yeah, why not? I mean, we know what's going to happen here, don't we? Oh, that would be so much fun. That would be so much fun. Kathy said, Kathy, your realtor in Jersey. Remember, guys, buying, selling, leasing, renting. Wanting to do a fee simple subject to complete divestment, a fee tail, or a life estate. Kat, if you guys don't know what those are, you got to talk to Kathy. She'll help you out with those. Kathy is your realtor in New Jersey. If you need help, hook her up. Shredder said she'll hook you up. I thought you were getting deported. Yes. Yes, Tech Guy's right. That's right, chat. And 50. Can we get 50 subs? And I'll deport the whole family right now. KLS says, I got my YouTube year in review, and it says I love court cases and building models and wrestling, of course. I don't know about the wrestling part, but okay. Okay. Nice. I do what I can. I do my part. Start teaching Clyde how to do the show for me. Yeah, Clyde's going to have to fill in temporarily. Phoenix Fire has been a member for 8 months. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate it. Craig says convincing people to live in New Jersey is working on hard mode. The only thing harder is convincing people to live in Ohio. Kitchen Knife Rescue's been a member for 18 months. Says, yes. Your Honor, why is there a hole in the wall? Oh, wrong glue. Kayla's wrestling. Oh, okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, do you mean like WWF wrestling or like Olympic style wrestling? Tell them you like trains. Yes. So where do you go to find this YouTube year in review thing? Where is that at? Is that on the phones or what? Because I don't see that right now. It is interesting. We are learning about we are what are we doing here? So impressing my knowledge of trains, yes. Oh, you do WWE, AEW. Okay. Well, I mean, nothing wrong with like real wrestling too, though. Sushinko is right. You know, Ohio is better than New Jersey by a lot. But hey, we all can't be perfect. Can't be perfect. Nick Dorial had Hard Men Working Hard as his year in review song. Funny. I'll have to look for my year in review thing. Do they make judge robes in size XXXXXXXXXXXXXXL? No, what they do is they just cut a boat sail. They take a boat sail and they cut a hole in it, or they cut a hole in the tent. And I wear that. So, well, Trats, I passed my phlebotomy exam and I can now poke people in 49 states. Well, there you go. Congratulations. Congratulations. That means Nick's YouTube recap is going to say he loves Kurt. That would be funny. Oh. And then Maddie Dad said, mine showed that I watched Sean a lot. Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys all being here. All right, guys. I think it's about time. Let's get started. Not a lot of people here tonight. What else? Something else going on I don't know about? Something cooler than this? A congresswoman scamming FEMA out of $5 million? Is there really something cooler than this going on? I don't know, chat. I don't know how that's possible. I really don't know. I don't know how you could do more or want to do more than this right now. Just, we're going to have to figure something out. Because, we're going to have to go back to, something. Randy says, wait, Sean, I have a big project to work on. Just talk about the weather for the next hour. Broncos show might be running. I could see that. So, Kurt, how you doing, Kurt? Guys, Kurt from Uncivil Law, friend of the show, friend of the channel, friend of mine. Should be a friend of yours. Kurt, how you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Hope you keep getting those gains out there, buddy. Keep getting them. So, Waxing Miracle says I came for the blogging. Yes. And Kurt, you're right. We do this to make people happy. And I guess he makes people happy. So you're doing something right then, Kurt. All right. So let's get started here. First off, we have to start with our star for the night, our star for the show. Sheila Sherphillis. I think it's Sheila Sherphillis McCormick. So who is this woman? Well, she is she is from Florida, so it's Florida woman. And she's the U.S. representative for Florida's 20th Congressional District. You might say, well, what's that, Sean? Well, here we go. And you're like, well, wait, what is all that? Like West Palm Beach, like where Trump lives, and Fort Lauderdale? I thought those were full of white people. They are. But there are some black neighborhoods in the 20th, Florida, in the Florida 20th. So that's where she is, and that's what she does. And she won a runoff election in 2020. She ran a runoff election, and it's also got a rating of D plus 22. So this is the most Democrat district in Florida. This is D plus 22. But remember, it doesn't matter because the rest of the state is like, as Blake Shelton in the song would go, red, Nick. You know, this is the rest of the state at this point. So who cares if they have their little enclave? They've been racially restricted. And there's a little bit of red right there, too. That's basically the state anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Crystal, how you doing? Good to see you. It's been a little while. All the psychos are from Florida. Yeah, well, Florida is Florida man for a reason. So she was and she still is technically, she is U.S. representative for the 20th congressional district. It's 2022. It covers most of the black majority areas in and around Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach. She's a member of the Democrat Party. She won a special election after the guy before her died. So she was born in Brooklyn. She got her Bachelor of Arts from Howard University. And she got her Juris Doctor from St. Thomas University of Law down in Miami. So that is a school I've been told it's fun. And you know what? If you're ever having a bad day when you're at a school like that, it's kind of like if you went to Florida for school. If you have a bad day, you're in Florida. Or if you went to like the University of Hawaii for school, it's like if you're having a bad day, you're in fucking Hawaii, man. So can't have too bad a day. Is the House going to try and boot her? Well, per the House Democrat caucus's rules, she has relinquished all her positions, but no, she's not been removed yet. Stilium saying, isn't Howard University a historically black college or university? Yes. Like one of the original HBCUs. But not the first college in America to accept black people. That honor goes to Oberlin College. That goes to Oberlin College. Is Trump going to pardon her too? I don't know. Depends on how much ass kissing she does. So, also, real quick, 2 sets of 280 today. Fuck yeah, Kurt. Nice. You went for 3 reps, couldn't finish it. Still, 2 sets of 280, dude. Fuck yeah. Good shit, Kurt. That's good stuff, man. Winter Soldier says, I'm a hail. Very possible if you have a bad day in Hawaii. If I'm in Hawaii and I'm white, I don't know how I'm having a bad day. Why? Am I not going to get are they going to undercook my Spam or something? I mean, just saying. So anyways, let's keep going here. It's time to look at this, chat. This is an indictment out of the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida, or as we say in my native tongue, La Floride. You know, my people's language. So you see this case up here, this 25CR-20500. Remember, every federal court kind of does things differently. It says Gales/Shaw Wilder. You're like, what the fuck does that all mean? Well, we'll get to that. And then it's all these counts. 18 U.S.C. 641. What's that? We have 18 U.S.C. 371. That's conspiracy. We have 18 U.S.C. 1001. That's making false statements. Like these are some of the greatest hits, chat, as far as stuff you can look for. Those are things that are there. You know, you have the 19 is the destruction and falsification of records. 56 and 57, I forget. But you have a bunch of these out here, chat, that she did a lot of stuff. So this got filed November 19th. And it's Sheila Sherphillis McCormick, Edwin Sherphillis, and then these other guys, Nadej LeBlanc and David Spencer. So what happened here? Well, there are relevant Federal Election Campaign Act provisions. Ooh, uh-oh. So we're already doing federal election fraud or something sketchy. Of course they like Hawaii. It's called the Sandwich Islands. Well, duh. Duh! Bruh. Let's see here. Gotta love for spam in here. Yeah, a lot of love for spam here. Of course, there's a chat. So it talks about the Federal Election Campaign Act. It's Title 52. It's Election Act. It limits financial influence. It limits the amount of source money that could be contributed to a federal candidate. It brings up what our straw donors are people who contribute to a campaign in his or her name despite receiving an advance payment or reimbursement of all or part of that contribution from another source. This was prohibited under federal law. Can't do that. And it says that, any contributions that are made through an intermediary were treated as contributions from the original payor. Because remember, the way it would work is I would give you money and you would go donate it. That way I didn't pay it. Well, the way under federal law, no, I'm still the one who made the contribution. So that is what they use there. And that's how they... Hold on, chat. They talk about, in 2021, it prohibited both primary and general election campaign contributions in the name of intermediaries or straw donors. It also prohibits any candidate or other person from knowingly accepting or receiving a contribution in the name of an intermediary or straw donor. So even if I know you're doing it, you still can't do that. So what did the Election Act do in 2021? It limited both primary and general campaign contributions by individuals to $2,900 from any individual to any one candidate. It also prohibited any candidate or other person from knowing, accepting, or receiving a contribution in excess of these limitations. And the FEC is the Federal Election Commission. They investigate all these things. And as pursuant to the Election Act, the FEC required campaign committees, including Sheila Sherphillis McCormick, Sheila's, to file periodic reports of receipts and disbursements, identifying each person who made a contribution to such committee during the periods whose contribution or contributions had an aggregate amount or value in excess of $200 within the calendar year. So if you donated a total of $10 a month, you're fine. But if you donated $15 a month, well, that's going to trigger. Or if you did, $100 a month, that's going to trigger. So they say preparing these reports, the federal candidates and committees rely on the information provided by the donor, including their name, address, and occupation. These reports are filed with the FEC and made publicly available. Yeah, so that's how we can look at and see what's going on. And see what's going on there. And it says relevant income tax provisions. Well, and chat, we didn't get to this here. I should have stopped on this. Title 26 is the tax code. Remember, it's the same thing the NFA is part of, the tax code. So what happened here? Well, it talks about Title 26 of the United States Code, sets forth tax laws of the United States. We're not worried about the Internal Revenue Service. Talks about the IRS Form 1040 was a standard form you use to fill out everything. Schedule C is a form for individuals who operate their own business to complete a profit and report profits or losses. And it says, as a general matter, a loss on a Schedule C allowed a taxpayer to increase the amount of refund owed to the taxpayer or decrease the amount of taxes owed to the IRS. And it says the code permits certain deductions that are incurred during the taxable year, including those associated with ordinary necessary business expenses, and contributions made to charity. That is true. You can do that. It does not permit a deduction for any paid amount or incurred in connection with any political campaigns. So you can't do that. You can't do deductions for anything to a political campaign. If you're either supporting or opposing a politician, doesn't matter. Can't do it. It does not permit a deduction for any amount paid or incurred in connection with personal expenses, such as jewelry, clothing, all this that were not related to the business functions or the ordinary necessary expenditures of a business. Now, notice, chat, they're pointing out what you can't do with the tax code. Why do you think they're doing that? They're kind of telling you what's going to happen here. They're going to tell you what's going to happen here. So they bring up the people here. So Sheila is the Congresswoman. Edwin is her brother. Is Sheila. It's her brother. Nadege LeBlanc is her chief of staff. David Spencer is a certified public accountant and was, or at least in around 2020, was the owner-in-chief of DKS Tax and Consulting Incorporated. So I think we know what's going to happen here. Yes, the lady's got to get her rings, chat. She's got to get that bag. It's like, oh no, he's yawning. Oh. So the relevant individuals, person 1 is a friend of hers. Person 2 is a relative. Person 3 is a relative. Person 4 is a relative. Straw donor 1 is a relative of the chief of staff. Straw donor 2 is a relative of the chief of staff. And a resident of one's a Southern District of New York, Southern District of Florida. Straw donor 3 is a relative in Florida. Straw donor 4 is a friend in the Southern District of Florida. Straw donor number 5 is a friend and a resident of the Southern District of Florida. Okay. I like where this is going. Chat. Hold on, chat. Hold on 1 second. All right, chat, we're back. Is Bonbon here? No, Bonbon is not here. Sorry, chat. So what happened? Well, during COVID-19, it's like taking the time. It's like going back in time. Who did she piss off? We'll figure that out here real quick, Crystal. So on or about March 13, 2020, the president signed a national emergency declaration pronouncing COVID-19 pandemic as a national disaster emergency manufactured in China. What? I'm sorry, did you say something? FEMA was an agency of the executive branch of the United States. And it received a presidential disaster declaration through the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act, also known as the Stafford Act. So FEMA worked closely with officials to coordinate federal funds and other resources sent for disaster recovery. The funds provided by FEMA to the states were funds appropriated by Congress for the use in emergency recovery management and therefore monies of the United States of America, meaning it was federal funding. FEMA was a federal agency coordinating the federal response. And it talks about the Florida Division of Emergency Management. FEDEM is an agency in the state of Florida. FEDEM was the agency responsible to disaster response, which makes sense. FEDEM is also the agency of the state of Florida tasked with being the liaison for federal agencies, such as FEMA, during and after disasters. FEDEM was the state agency tasked with managing the response in Florida in coordination with FEMA to COVID-19 pandemic. So what do we have here? You have Trinity Healthcare Services. It's a Miramar, Florida-based... Oh, hold on. I got to close the door. She won't stop. Hold on. Yes, the Wuhan gang. I miss what it was called, the Kung Flu. Yes, it says China. 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 Yes. I don't deserve the shot collar number, Clyde says, yes. If I break out the shot collar, no, I just close the door. Lainey's not going to stop barking till 2.0 gets home. She misses her. She's very clingy and dependent on her. Chugi Show for $4.99 says, my YouTube recap features the song Baldo on his sack. Yes, the hit from Tunes of the Key is CWC. Got a chuckle out of that. Yes. Yes. But let's keep going. Thank you, Chugi, for the super chat. So, Trinity Healthcare was a Miramar, Florida-based healthcare company founded in 1994 and registered with the state of Florida in 2016. Trinity was wholly owned by Person 3 and Person 4. Remember, who were Person 3 and 4? Person 3 were relatives of Sheila Phyllis McCormick. So, let's keep going here. And then in and around 2021, she was employed by Trinity. Back in March of 2021, she and her brother entered into purchase orders with the Florida Department of Emergency Management to provide nurses, clerical staff, and canvassers for the FEMA vaccination sites. The FEMA death camps, chat. That's really, we know what that was. The FEMA camps. No jokes there, chat. Yeah, she was a Fauciite helping round up people into the camps, chat. We can't accept that. We can't accept that. For the death camps. So the healthcare, Trinity was to be paid by funds provided by FEMA for work Trinity did pursuant to the orders. Bank account 1 was opened in March 2021 as provided as the corporate bank account to accept payment for works done on the purchase orders. Nothing wrong with that. Makes sense so far. You know, we move on. So SCM Consulting was a Miramar, Florida-based company that was registered by her and dissolved in about November of 2022. Gee, right before she fucking took her seat in Congress. Then the EC firm. Wow. Also, I like this. SCM Consulting by Sheila Phyllis McCormick. Wow. Imagine that, chat. EC firm was a Florida-based firm by Edwin Phyllis. Wow. Then there was DKS Tax, registered in about November 20th or November 10th, 2020, owned by a guy named David Kofi Spencer. So there was also Sheila McCormick for Congress, SCM for Congress, was the campaign committee to receive contributions. And they filed with the FEC on the date of 2018. This statement filed in 2018. She was a candidate initially. And they continued. Person 1 was listed as the treasurer. And person 1 was still the treasurer in 2022. Yeah, this is some child level shit. These aren't even shell companies. Yes. Meme Copium. That's right, chat. Meme Copium. The best show prep in the world for me. If Meme didn't explain it, I wouldn't know how to talk about it. How are you doing out there, Meme? More like Shema. And then between April 6, 2021, and continuing through the general election in January 2022, Sheila conducted a campaign for the 20th district, congressional district, which was during this campaign, she solicited contributions, which nothing illegal about this part. This part right here, it's okay. So the primary election was held in November of 2021, and she was elected as her party's nominee by 5 votes. That's interesting. She barely won. The general special election was held on January 11th, and she was elected as representative for the 20th district. And then on or about February 10th, SCM for Congress reported to the FEC that it received approximately $134,719.87 for individual contributors and no contributions from corporations during the election cycle. Then it says Church One was an independent Christian church in Laurel, Maryland. Jewelry Company One is a jewelry design house located in New York, New York. Management Company One is a Delaware-based company whose managers were persons 3 and 4. Like, this is so fucked up here. Like, I have a feeling it's going to be so incestuous very quick, chat. This is going to be a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. So Consulting Company One was an Orlando-based Florida consulting company, registered and created by Person One and dissolved in 2024. It was all owned by Person One. Platform One was a nonprofit that provided an online platform to facilitate and process contributions made through the platform to political committees. Don't know what that would be. Platform Two was a digital payment network operated by a private financial service company owned by several United States banks to enable the user to electronically transfer their bank account to another registered account without incurring fees. Platform 2 could be used from a mobile device or the website of a participating financial institution. I mean, is that Venmo or something? I don't know. Bank 1 was an institution in Florida. Bank 2 is an institution headquartered in Charlotte. Bank 3 is out of San Francisco, but they also have a bank in Florida. Bank account 1 was a bank account there. Bank account 2 was a bank account. The bank account 3 was a bank account opened at Bank 1. And, so when we go through all these, like, there's a bunch of bank accounts. And you go through all this. Bank account 4 was another bank account for Congress and campaign donations. Like, all these bank accounts they opened up. They opened up a lot of fucking bank accounts, guys. This is never good when you do it. This is never good when you do this. Are we talking about Whitewater but ghetto? Yes, this is ghetto Whitewater. The Whitewater. Shit. Bank account 6, 7, 8, and 9. There's a bunch of bank accounts here. We may have to come back for them. So let's see here. How do they come up with this? So it's a conspiracy to commit the theft of government funds. Remember, 18 U.S.C. 371 is conspiracito. It's like Luis Fonsi said, conspiracito. So notice all these paragraphs are reincorporated. So what did she do? Well, she got together to knowingly and willfully embezzle, steal, purloin. Purloin is a fancy term, an old term for stealing. And convert to their own use money, a thing of value to the United States. I hope so. I hope money's a thing of value to you. Especially after it's been run through your grubby little hands. And the aggregate value exceeds $1,000. That's approximately $5 million. And yeah, there we go. So let's get into this. This is where we get good. The purpose of the conspiracy. I mean, is to make money and get paid. So, like, duh, Miss Prosecutor, you know that. So the purpose of the conspiracy, and was the others, was to unjustly enrich themselves. Because by using stolen and converted funds for personal benefit. So the manner and means of this is how it's actually going to work. Okay, so what do they do? So on or about July 1st, the state of Florida deposited into bank account 1 $5.2 million of federal funds for 4 invoices. Chat, we're doing this wrong. We're doing this wrong in life. We're doing it wrong, guys. I mean, think about this. We're doing this wrong. We did this wrong. I mean, I knew the stories they were giving out money, but oh my God, they really were just giving out money. Holy Jesus. Like, these guys got $5 million to fuck around. We're chumps, man. We are chumps. We are chumps. You can get lots of herded with that, yes. Yes. So they also got another payment of $50,000 for work done in Jacksonville, Florida. And then in July, the payment included a payment of $5 million for the May invoice. Like, so we're already, this $5 million for the May invoice. The payment exceeded the amount requested by $5 million. It was a result of a clerical error by FDM. So notice they asked for $50,000, and instead they're like, we're going to send you $5 million. Now they say starting upon attorney's receipt of that overpayment, they retained the $5 million that was mistakenly deposited with the intent to keep it. Well, yeah. So she converted the $5 million in mistakenly overpaid federal funds and caused the $5 million to be withdrawn through wire transfers or personal checks into accounts controlled by her and her brother. They used the $5 million for their own personal benefit and to fund her congressional campaign. Oh my God, chat. That is something else, isn't it? Oh shit. All right. Sorry, here you go, chat. Okay. So what happened? Well, on July 1st, they got a $5 million disbursement. What they were supposed to get was $50 million. And when they didn't get it, once they realized it was a thing, they just shut their mouths and said, this is our money now. This is our money, chat. We president now, is what they said. Holy shit. So instead of the $50,000, they got paid $5 million. Oh, is she married to her brother like Ilhan Omar? No. So when they talk about the overt acts, remember, Chad, a conspiracy has to have overt acts in it. So after the state of Florida mistakenly deposited this money of $5.2 million, resulting in a $5 million overpayment of funds, they used the text message of a screenshot of the bank account's activity depicting the deposit that included $5 million. I'm sure they went like, oh shit, yo. We're making a lot of money now. When you take a picture of that, remember, chat, don't help them.
Nigga, is you taking notes on a criminal fucking conspiracy? What the fuck is you thinking, man?
Yeah, don't do what they did. Don't do what they did. Don't take notes. Don't document it. Don't document it. But anyways, they retained the $5 million. And then on August 11th, they caused a deposit of $2.4 million into the consulting company's bank account. And then on August 11th, they caused a deposit of $190,000 into the brothers' consulting firm. And then on August 12th, they transferred a bunch of the money to bank account 9. And in August, they transferred about $800,000 from bank account 1 to the consulting company's bank account, which is like, they once again caused another deposit of $300,000 to go from the chief of staff's bank account 8, by a check drawn from bank account 1. So all the money went to here. This is just oof. Imagine being this fucking stupid. Imagine being this stupid, chat. Imagine being this stupid. Don't leave a goddamn paper trail. Don't be like Mark Robinson. Don't be like him.
Got they licking their pencils right now, trying to write fierce as they can. Get every word of this here. Get every word of this.
Don't get every word of this, chat. Do not get every word of this one. Do not get every word of this one. I promise you, you don't want every word of this one. She had a pic of 100s fanned out on her hands. Maybe. God, if she did. Jesus. So theft of government funds. Okay, well, yeah, it's a theft of government funds. So she got a $5 million COVID payout, and she's like, yeah, I'm going to keep that. Conspiracy to commit money laundering. You remember, chat, what I told you when you have money laundering. Remember, it's money laundering, tax evasion, structuring, and wire fraud. They all generally go hand in hand. Because if you cheat on if you steal the money, you're going to cheat on your taxes about it, and by the time you cheat your taxes, you're going to have to come up with ways to deal with it. So it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise to me, at least. Shouldn't be to you either. So they go back through and they reallege all the things here for money laundering. Well, how do they establish money laundering? So what do they do? Well, all they do is they're just explaining how these guys handle it. And yes, sliding this money around probably would be enough to constitute money laundering. If I had enough federal experience, I could tell you that, but it's like, yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like to me. It's what it sounds like to me. All right, chat. So we once again, though, moving on, we also have money laundering. Same thing happened. They laundered the money. They conspired to launder the money. Then they launder the money. So they transferred $1 million from bank account 2 to bank account 6. They took payment of $100,000 cashier's checks from bank account 6 to other places, to a jewelry company. They transferred $800,000 from bank account 2 to bank account 6 for the benefit of the people they stole from. They kept on going, though. The transfer of $100,000 from bank account 6 to bank account 3, and for the benefit of her congressional campaign. It's like, ooh, putty. This is another one, $60,000 for the benefit of her congressional campaign. $40,000 from the benefit of her congressional campaign. $800,000 between bank account 6 and bank account 4 for the Congress campaign donations. And she had to do another one for SCM for Congress for another $140,000. I mean, they go after, like, this is just, oh my God, it's ridiculous, chat. Yes, fucking $100,000 on rings and shit. Yes, this is so retarded. This is so retarded. It's so retarded. Philip, it wouldn't have mattered because the government realized it overpaid. It would have tracked the money down. And even if you got it out to the Caymans, they'd be like, you're still responsible for it. So, like, that's a thing here. That's a thing here. So the conspiracy to make and receive straw donor contributions. So what did they do here? Well, they had people make contributions in the names of others. And they names of others who were not the true source of the contributions and willfully accepted those, aggregating $25,000 or more. And it says that is contributions to SCM for Congress, along with the primary election that was held, are going to be involved in that. And they're just asking for everything. And it says the purpose of the conspiracy. And they wanted to cause unlawful and unreported straw donor contributions from Trinity through straw donors to the SCM for Congress campaign. And disguise the fact that Trinity was the true source of the funds. I mean, think about that. Whoa. Well, I mean, that's the other thing too, Green Caps. This isn't the 50s anymore where you have unnumbered Swiss accounts that are basically invisible. Doesn't work that way. So, it's that thing there. So the manner and means of the conspiracy, I mean, like, notice this purpose is like 2 lines. So what do they do? So they began soliciting friends and family to contribute funds to SCM for Congress. They say to facilitate this, they caused money from bank account 1 to be provided to friends and family to contribute. Now, that is a way to launder your money, but doing it right in your backyard is a dumb fucking idea. So, and I just understand the idea of, like, never mind. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm sure we'll get this in a minute. So what do? Well, they used bank account 1 to send somebody $50,000 via wire transfer. The chief of staff then gave 2 payments of $2,900 to SEM for Congress via personal check. It then falsely reported that LeBlanc was a source of the contributions being sent for Congress. And then it says, on or about June 28th, and through this guy, the chief of staff, LeBlanc, contacted her friends and family members, straw donor 1 and 2, straw donor 3 and 4, and straw donor 5, collectively the straw donors, and asked for them to make contributions, online or by check to SEM for Congress using the money she would send them. There was also an internet link for the donation page to facilitate these contributions. And then it says between 2021, June 28th and June 30th, this guy sent the straw donors money from the funds given to her by person 2 to cause the straw donors to contribute those funds. Paying people to come pay you is very, very funny. Crystal says, "Who wires? You do not leave a trail." Well, they're here in America. There's a lot more trails on things. So in the middle of all this, again on the 28th, notice they're just swimming money around right now. These donors made contributions either online or by check in amounts that he supplied them using the money sent by her. And they say that SEM for Congress then falsely reported to the FEC the straw donors were the sources of the contributions. Remember, no, it comes from the person who authored all of it and put it all together. That's who makes the contribution. That's who makes the contribution. Ow. Ow. So they then did another thing. They made 2 contributions to SEM between $2,800 and $2,500. And then falsely reported that number 2 was a source of the contributions sent. And it says by causing this to happen, and they know these persons weren't the true source of it, and because they hid all of this, it was to her benefit in the 2021 special primary election. And they talk about the overt acts. Well, that was one of the overt acts. So what do these guys do? Well, she sent a text message to person 2 with a list of people, including person 2, the chief of staff, and straw donors with amounts listed next to each person's name. During the text message exchange, person 2 sent a text message to the Congresswoman stating, "At the bank now." Once again, chat. Once again. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? It's just...
Nigga, is you taking notes on a criminal fucking conspiracy? What the fuck is you thinking, man?
I mean, really, what the fuck is you thinking? What the fuck is you thinking?
You are gay, LMAO.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yes, she texted. They were texting each other. This is so fucking stupid. Remember, chat, this is a tattle machine. You will tattle on yourself with this thing. Stop using it. I'm flopping around like a rubber dildo, isn't it? It's like flip, flop, flip, flop, flip, flop, flip, flop. Oh. When the names aren't listed, it means they be snitching. Yeah, well, some of them also might be innocent people who got wrapped up in it. And then on June 25th, she sent approximately $50,000 to the guy's bank account. That same day, he withdrew approximately $30,000 in cash. And then June 25th, there were also payments made of $2,900 that were provided via personal check using money provided there through person 2. And then it says the campaign falsely reported to the FEC that LeBlanc was a source of the contributions sent to Congress. And they said on or about June 28th, the second person withdrew $6,000 from her bank account. And it says that person 2 withdrew from her bank account and cashed in the remaining $14,000 in the money that was sent. Ooh. Ooh. So it's another $14,000. And then on June 30th, she gave more money and Platform One, so that money could be provided different ways. They then said person two was a source of the contributions. It clearly wasn't. Although I wonder if they're going to be able to show there's enough attenuation here that some money was tossed down and she, it got burned away. And then what do you do here? How's this going to work? Because at some point, I'm not sure. I'm not sure here. This isn't a lot of money, but this is the smart part, Crystal. Remember what I said it before. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. Now, some of this, they acted like pigs. Some of it, they acted very intelligently that we're not going to make like $30,000 campaign contributions. It's just like these guys when they're doing the gambling. You don't do gambling where you do like $50,000 each hand on like long shots. You got to bet little amounts and like win some, lose some. Because if you just come in one way or another, they're going to know you're full of shit. So don't do both. Like, just come in like decent guys and you're not going to, get screwed. But here's the thing. You do this $2,800 thing, that's not the problem. Transferring hundreds of thousands of dollars at a time is what you get caught. Meme says maybe you don't. Well, there's that too. But if you're going to break the law in a reasonable manner. Break the law in a reasonable manner. How do I eat and talk? No, I was yawning and talking there and wiping my eyes. So. And then it says in June, they sent another straw donor a wire transfer of $5,700 after they gave 2 checks for approximately $2,900 to Congress. The original wire transfer was for $5,800, but a $25 bank fee was deducted from it before it's a street by straw donor 1. Oh my God, is that... I love how that's there because it almost sounds like they went back and complained about it. It's kind of like the 9/11 bombers when the guys who bombed the World Trade Center in 1993. You know how they got caught? When they used their Ryder truck and parked it in the garage? The guy did something kind of stupid. The guy who did the bombing, Ramzi Khalid Yusuf, did something retarded. He went back to the Ryder place and asked for his security deposit back after he blew the truck up. That's how he got caught. Sometimes you just got to walk away. But notice, I'm sure this comes back up here, a $25 bank fee. $25 bank fee. That's interesting. So after straw donor gave $500 via personal check, he sent a transfer of $500 via Platform 2. I'm betting Cash App or Venmo. And then falsely reported that she was the donor of the contributions that were sent. Straw donor number 3. In her text messages, the chief of staff told straw donor number 3, I just sent you $500. Please donate to the campaign. Oh my God, chat. Oh, we're going to use this tonight. We're going to use this one a lot. I just said you do this.
Nigga, is you taking notes on a criminal fucking conspiracy? What the fuck is you thinking, man?
I mean, what the fuck is wrong with these people? This is like fucking amateur hour. I know this is insulting. This is insulting, chat. This is just so fucking stupid. How do you get this retarded, you guys? How do you get this retarded? Yes, Kitty is correct. I sent money. Please respond. Oh. But yes, this is totally insulting. Yes. Meme Copium is like, can we hit it, chat? For $50, chat, we're going to engage in campaign finance fraud. Then on or about June 30th, they sent straw donor 3 a transfer of $500 via Platform 2, which caused straw donor 3 to send it in. Oh my God. Straw donor number 4 agreed to give money, and they gave her $5,800 in cash, which she deposited in her bank account to give 2 personal checks to. They then falsely reported that. And then another person said, if I need a favor, if I give you $5,800 in cash, can you write me 2 checks for $2,900? Oh my God, this is like, oh my God.
That little Nigger bitch.
Pretty much. Yeah, holy fuck. I know. It's like, bruh. This is like, yeah, Clay Davis wouldn't do this shit, man. Zakuza saying, that's not what happened. Seriously, it's all a joke. It's a work. So yes, he gave 2 checks for $2,900 that were totaling $5,800 in cash. There were more text messages. Once again, this is her chief of staff sent a text message to Sheila. And you know, on or about, she sent a text message to Sheila of a photograph of a personal check from Straw Donor 2 for $500. Then on or about that time, they also sent text message to her, took a photograph of the 2 checks for Donor 5 for $2,900. And then on June 29th, again, she sent 2 text messages that started with, Straw Donor 4 is dropping hers off tonight, and Straw Donor 3 will have to pay online because I have no way to get a check to her. Whoa. Chat. This is dumber than Fannie Willis. Crystal says, send her to South Africa for lessons. Yes, chat. Yes. Chat, can you send me some campaign finance super chats right now? You know, don't be afraid to write some incriminating evidence in those super chats tonight, chat. Let's go. These are all a violation of conspiracy. Yes. 100% it's a violation of conspiracy. Haschick is saying, how dumb are these donors? I'm sure they were just being told what to do. It looks like they're not getting charged, and I'm sure that's the reason why, is because they really weren't. They didn't know that it was going to be illegal, probably. So then count 3 is making and receiving straw donations. So we already went through all of this here. They count that. Count 14 is a conspiracy to make a fraudulent statement on a tax return. Remember, chat, when it comes to your tax returns, tax evasion, tax fraud, money laundering, wire fraud, and structuring. Like, we're going to add tax fraud in there too. But yeah, those all go hand in hand. Oh my God. So the guy helped her with help her prepare a bullshit Schedule C that included $4.6 million of business expenses associated with her consulting company. It also included $1.2 million in charitable contributions, whereas the defendants then there knew they didn't have $4.6 million in total qualifying expenses, and she did not make $1.2 million in charitable contributions. Oh, yeah. The purpose of the conspiracy, well, yes, it's to reduce the tax liability. No shit. So they falsely reported inflated business expenses of SCM Consulting. They falsely reported the total profit of SCM Consulting. They falsely reported the total income for her. They also falsely reported an inflated amount of charitable contributions. And they say, as a result of this, they falsely and fraudulently underreported the amount of taxes due. And there were overt acts. There were overt acts. So what happened? Well, Sheila and David corresponded regularly about the tax return, including 5 occasions. So they prepared a trial balance for the return. The March 18th one included line items and things that were totaling more than $4 million. The March 18th trial balance identified these transfers, owners' distributions, campaign, EC, firm, and Sheila personal. He requested the tax employee to send him a copy of the balance. And then a little bit later, about a month later, at his direction, there was a second trial balance, for consulting and contractors totaling more than $4 million. And then July 7th, she signed Form 8879 acknowledging that she'd examined a copy of her income tax return and everything on her Form 1040 was true, correct, and complete. And then in August, the accountant submitted a tax return on behalf of her, which falsely claimed the consulting company had a business-related expense of $4 million. And then what happened? Well, this guy himself, when he submitted the tax return, saying that there were $295,000 of business expenses. I need to say that one year, chat. They also claim they did another part of the tax return. She had $155,000 in depreciation. They also ultimately claimed $4.6 million in total expenses in 2021 that were business related. Oof. They claimed there was a net profit of approximately $1.7 million. They also claim that that Sheila had $2.1 million of other income. Oh, and they also claim she made $1.2 million in charitable contributions, and that she had a total of $1 million in taxable income in 2021. So through all of this just shows what she did here. And she did this from the Barbados, which is, oh my God, chat. So aiding and assisting the fraudulent tax statement. So they go through this here. So she got her accountant to help her do it. We're not really worried about that. Making a false statement to a federal agency. Remember, it's not just to the agents, but the agency itself can get you in trouble. Also, hold on here. When is this? Okay. So they go through this, and yes, they lied to the IRS. And he did make false, fictitious, and fraudulent statements to the special agency, the IRS, during the investigation. The records he provided to a federal grand jury subpoena were not accurate. Yes, remember, you can't lie to the feds, chat. Don't do it. Just don't answer. Concealment and falsification of a federal record. Well, that one's pretty easy. You make false entries, and what this guy did, this guy here did, Sheila didn't do this, but he copied and altered a tax letter from Church One to falsely inflate the amount of contributions made by Sheila. And deleted and concealed the original tax letter from Church One. So imagine, he deleted and concealed or deleted and changed things up on the computer. He would still get charged with this, even if he wasn't doing it at the time the cops were showing up. So there you go, chat. That is, whoa. I don't know how she's going to get out of this. I mean, yes, they can lie to you, but you can't lie to them. Yes. Oh, man. Oh, buddy. God damn. I mean, this is like guerrilla Negro shit. Like, how could they do this? How could they do this? Yes, it's over. It's fucking over, chat. It's never been so over. I don't know how you survive this. Meme Copium says, I took his job. Yes. Yes, I did. Maddie B says, for your political sandwich fund. Well, thank you, Maddie. Radcon Hazard said, has crime gotten dumber, or has the dumber crime just gotten noticed more? I think probably more of that than really anything else. But Shredder S 07 says, I'm writing this one off as a straw Clyde donation. Yes. You guys are donating for his peen fund in the backhand way. Oh, how is this lady not required by law to wear a helmet? I don't know, but oh my god, they completely lad. Lad. Big it's just I think it's rather funny. Is she gonna go away for longer than Wesley Snipes? Hopefully. I hope so. I mean, it's like really, they like did it like I'm sure it's all on here. Like, oh my god, they're coming in right now. Donate. Boom. It's like, holy shit, these guys are retarded. This is just ridiculous what happened here. These guys like literally did it all. So I guess go get some FEMA funds, chat. You'll make some money. In many ways, Leslie Snipes never left. I liked the story the first time I watched it on Mean Copium stream this morning. Thank you. Is the House going to censure her? No, they don't have any votes. They're pussies in the House. They're pussies. Remember, chat, the House is bitch made. You're not going to get, like, you guys are hoping this is going to get all fixed and people are going to get punished. Like, no, it's not happening. No. So it's just there's no. Where is? It's God tier grifting though. Running a $5 million scam like that. Like I give her credit for trying that, but I give her credit. That wasn't easy. Like I just didn't know how she's going to do it. Where is? Let me see here, chat. Let me see here. Where does Crystal live? She lives in South Africa, mate. She lives in South Africa. Meme Copium goes, no, it's not happening. Yes, that's true, chat. That is true. That is so true. So fuck. Yeah, do the needful. Yes, do all the needfuls. Says Sean, can you get someone in prison for being really stupid? Can we make the penalty a crime? No, but I mean, these people are gonna get fucking hammered, guys. Like, oh my god, this is like, I can't believe they did this. And Lainey is losing her goddamn mind out there, chat. So, if I pulled off a $5 million FEMA scam, which trains would I buy? If I pulled off a $5 million FEMA scam, chat, you would literally see just a wall of like paints for models, and I'd have like air compressors rigged up through the house, just like air guns. I could go like, like it looked like it looked like the. Oh my god! Oh my god! I looked like it. Oh my gosh! It was yeah. We get a better cut of Sean's scam. Yeah. Casey Tron wasn't even this stupid. I know. I just don't know why she did this. It's so stupid. Yes. Memo for legal services rendered. Yes. People do that shit. There's a famous case of Abramsky. That was a big straw purchasing case that came through the Supreme Court. And the guy's dad, because the guy was a cop, and he used his Glock Blue Label purchasing capabilities to buy his dad a Glock pistol. And his dad wrote him a check, which, as boomers want to do, he writes a check. And he gives his son a check, and he writes on the memo line, "For the Glock you're buying me." Now, Abramsky is already under surveillance by the feds. So when this all happens, he gets caught with this, and they find proof of this happening. So they charge him with, facilitating a straw purchase. And because of that, remember, because on the check, on the memo line, it says, "For the gun you're buying me." He literally wrote that on there, "For the gun you're fucking buying me." Like a true boomer, because they had to account, hey, where did that money? Remember, chat, that's one of those things you learn about balancing a checkbook. You have to write down on the memo line what's going on so you know how to keep track of it. It's like, oh, wait, is that all the illegal shit I'm buying? Oh, yeah, that's what that's for. Think about how retarded that is now in hindsight. But this guy did it, and he helped send his son to prison for it. It helped him get convicted. Like, just think about how fucking stupid that is. Think about how fucking stupid that is, and think about as you hear Lainey yelling and borking her head off. It's just so. She's just screaming. Why did the fat man mash the potato so hard? She's outside now. Help. That's really not what happened, or did it? I just don't know, chat. I just don't know with some of these people sometimes. Like, how do you fucking do this? How do you fucking do this? It's a soft bigotry and low expectations. We don't expect the black folks to steal that well. Is that what we're saying? Is this a RICO case? No, it's not. This doesn't have RICO predicates because this was the operation. There wasn't like already an organized crime element to this. So that's why it's there. Yes, Trump won. Yes, memo line, bribes and shit. So no, this one is so dumb though, guys. I didn't even know that when I was reading it. Like, I kind of read this one blind with you guys. Like, holy shit, she is fucking stupid. Holy shit, these people are stupid. So, yes, the soft bigotry, low expectations is totally what they did there. This is a woe buddy. Yes, it is. Yes, 100%. Oh my God, chat moved around a little bit better here. EDW Raptor says, I just got home. Can you restart the stream? No. My tism with no bounds, yes. Air compressors, yeah. Blade 2.0 says, all this for a $45 discount. Yes. I'm surprised there wasn't any, like, them going to the bank and bitching about the $25 the check cashing fee. Like, that would have been fucking hilarious if that's how they got caught. But no, it does not sound like that happened. Because they mentioned it. I was waiting for them to talk about it. Like, just like the World Trade Center bombers being all greedy about that. And it's like, well, what happened? Oh, they came back and were bitching about not having this or that. And it's like, well, that's great, I guess. And it's just so funny. It's so funny and weird. You don't understand why people do this. And this is something I've never been able to figure out. Because I've had clients do some retarded shit. And they seem to not think at the time they're going to get caught. At least that's my understanding of why they think the way they think. I don't know, though, Chad. I don't know for sure. Like I said, I've had some retarded-ass clients in my time. So it's very weird. It's a very weird thing. She's trying to use all that black woman privilege. I don't think it worked out for her too well today. This congresswoman using her black woman privilege. I don't think it worked out. Chat. At all. Will she go way longer than Killer at best? I would hope so. I mean, at some point, you have to get in trouble for how blatantly fucking retarded you were. But remember, the federal rules have the federal sentencing guidelines, all kinds of deduction criteria. Let's see. Yeah, check 3402 for hookers and blow. You laugh, but that's what got Jerry Springer in trouble. He wrote a hooker a check. He wrote the hooker a check, and that got cashed. So that was how Jerry Springer got taken down. Yep, shout out Jerry Springer. Yep. Did I kill Mama JF? No, I didn't kill Mama JF. But he's going to say I killed 2.0. Radcon says it's never lupus. Yes, it's never Rico. It does get to be Rico at some times. It does get to be Rico for criminal cases, but for civil cases, it's never Rico. Haschick says I told you it was big, but yeah. Anonymous says, I've had you say this, but I've had clients put a Lambo as a work vehicle. Well, that's funny. Hey, you can put a lot of shit in a Lambo. Especially like the 4-door hatchback Lambo now. You can put all kinds of shit in that. And Kathy says, if I got to really be an immigration judge, that would really add to the crazy ass stuff. Oh, I'm sure it would. Why was he pardoned with no floor crossing or quid pro quo? How do you know there wasn't some quid pro quo? I mean, do you think he's just automatically just got released for Trump's like, well, I think you're a nice guy? Like, I think there was something there. We just don't know what it is. It's going to be one of those ones we don't know what happened. And it's sad that we won't know. It's not that there's not like a, it's just, it helps. Like, but he did something to get out. He did something to get out. Trump is very transactional. That's something Killer Mama JF would say. I know. So I took the potatoes and I boiled them before I mashed them. Oh. I don't have an answer, guys. Some of this shit is just absolutely fucked. It's absolutely scuffed, chat. Brad is saying, but it's stealing 5 million earmarked for a FEMA death camp wrong. Yes, it is. They aren't allowed to be out there. And Bella says, Tim is saying Candace was in love with Charlie. Tim's going to say anything he could say to get people to watch him. So, it's, yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know at this point. I hope she goes away. But we'll see. Oh, what do we got here? Let me see here. Nope, nothing there. Just my Discord gets retarded once in a while. It just beeps for no reason. All right, chat. Well, God, that was hilarious tonight. How many criminal conspiracies are caught are actually stupid but don't get caught? I mean, a lot. Because think about it, for everything they catch, they don't catch. That's a pretty standard thing here. I mean, when you think about it, for every criminal they catch, there's a bunch of criminals they don't catch. Most criminals don't get caught over at any given time. It's only a handful. Ag, I'm going to use those tomorrow night for the show. I'm going to use those tomorrow night because we're going to talk about the boat strikes in in Venezuela. So we need those as part of it. Is Tim Pool still running his mouth? Well, of course he is. He's still out there running a show. So, is it true most murders never get solved? I don't think so, but a good portion of them don't. And that's just I don't know how else you get around that. Like, a bunch of murders don't get solved. Like, Murders not getting solved is kind of how it goes. It's kind of how it goes. Murders don't get solved. Let's see here, though. What is the actual number? And remember, a lot of this is, a lot of this is stuff that was outstanding. But as of 2023, it was a 57.8% clearance rate. Whew. Whew, buddy, chat. 57.8%. So, go put your records on if you want to. Take a chance. Fuck, those aren't bad odds. Those aren't bad odds. So, it says of known murders. Well, yes. That's like saying of known rapes as well. Oh. Yeah, Eric, that's pretty low. But remember, going back farther, it wasn't much better. That's even with us having modern techniques and stuff. So, yeah, that's it. All right, chat. We are going to wrap this up tonight. I am tired, and I need to get some sleep. I need to get caught back up. You guys noticed, I'm a little EP. So tomorrow night, we are going to have the normal Thursday night show at the same time, at the same place. And we've got a lot to talk about. Some crazy shit has happened out in Britain. They're eliminating trials. They're doing some weird things. We're talking about the strikes on the boats that happened out in Venezuela. There's some information we can at least talk about. And the answer right now is we don't know what's going on. And that's just because not enough information is out there. We're going to cover Whistling Diesel, his taxes finally. Matt Hoover from CRS Firearms got released today. So if you guys know Fudbusters, tell him awesome. Like, tell him, if you guys want to go tell him, you hope Matt, well wishes for Matt. He said Matt has been released to a halfway house. So eventually he will be getting released fully. But for right now, he's getting into a halfway house. And yeah. And maybe I'm going to talk to, I don't know, I'll talk to Matt about this, but maybe we can get Matt Hoover on our show and see if he'll be willing to talk about it. I don't know if he will, but certainly I think that'd be a lot of fun if we could do it. And Matthew Perry's doctor, the doctor who gave him the fatal ketamine doses, finally got sentenced. And you won't believe what he got sentenced to. And you're like, that's it? Yeah. That'll be tomorrow night, along with some other stuff on the Thursday night show. Also, I have a bounty for people out there. Well, not really a bounty, but I have a big request. What about Fudbusters? Yeah, he'll come on. Is Nate still doing good? From what I heard. Yes. I need to see why Lainey's borking. No, but I'm also going to go out there and spend some time with her so she's not panicking. No, the bounty is for the Felipe Massa Formula One case in Britain. I need court documents for that because I want to go over it. I want to read about it. So if you guys can help me get that one, I would really appreciate it. Remember, Felipe Massa, former Ferrari driver, is suing the FIA, and I want to know what it's all about. So if you guys could get me those documents, I would appreciate it. So very much. Zakuza saying something happened to Matt from Fudbusters? No. Matt's client, CRS Firearms, the guy who made the auto key cards, Matt Hoover got released from prison. So Matt's client got released from prison today. So it's good news. Ag is saying the Keno Casino link. Oh, it is Wednesday tonight. Was Nate on Eric Hunley's show last Friday? Yes. Yes, he was. Do I need a Brit or I don't know, whoever can do it. And I was saying, oh, he's also named Matt. Yeah. I just solicited internet espionage. That's right, Russia. Help me out. Whoever can help, I would like it because I want to go through it. It'll be good. All right, guys. So that is that's it for tonight. Like I said, I gotta go out there and make sure Lainey doesn't lose her fucking mind. I feel bad for her because she's not calming down. And yeah, that's it for us, chat. So I'm gonna leave you. And just remember, until next time. I get that reference. Just because you did it doesn't mean you're guilty. Once again, do not text committing fucking federal fraud on your cell phone. I seriously can't believe this woman. This is like dumber than Fannie Willis and Maxine. Maxine Waters isn't this dumb. That's the thing, chat. You give Maxine Waters and all these other black women who are in Congress shit, they're not this stupid. They are not this stupid. They are not this stupid. Yet this happened here. Crystal's been a member for 9 months. Says, have fun, get a sandwich. Of course. Maybe it'll be grilled cheese. I don't know. Stace says, but Lainey doesn't like you. I know, but if I give her a pet or two, she'll stop barking. We'll see if I can keep her company. Maxine Waters. Iconoclast is just to commit federal fraud. Well, what? I mean, like, you're asking way too fucking much here, buddy. You're asking way too much. Ag says, I missed the best part. All that gaudy shit she was wearing was in her official political office photo. Really? Well, we'll pull that up here real quick. Let's see if we can pull it all up. Bum. Oh yeah, she's got gaudy fucking jewelry on everywhere. She's got on all kinds of gaudy shit. Yeah, here you guys go. I mean, here she is wearing jewelry everywhere she goes. She's got nice jewelry on here. Yeah, she got super mayor energy. Yeah. Even Tiffany Herndon wasn't this ballsy. She got all kinds of brooches and jewelry on. Like, oh yeah. She stole all kinds of jewelry. That pinkish looking ring thing is what I'm referring to. I don't see it. And oh, I see. Yeah, hold on here. This thing right here. All right, this thing right here. Yeah, this ring thing right here. Yep, that's probably stolen FEMA money. So yes, Clay Davis is disappointed. Yes, Marlo Stansfield would have killed this bitch. But look at all this. This is all probably fucking was stolen money. Shit. All right, chat. Yeah, he's no Harry Winston. Oh, yeah. That looks like a yellow diamond. I know. It's just a conflict. That'd be funnier if those are conflict diamonds, too, on top of everything else. So, all right, chat. Well, hey, somebody just rang my doorbell, so I guess I have to go take care of that, too. So, have a good night, chat, and I will see you guys later. There's no police, so I'm not getting swatted, but I will see you guys later. Good night, chat.
Weapons, blacksmithing, and models of planes, esoteric works, and even some trains. Much merriment had while drinking White Claws, tips on hunting, and even talking the law. Whatever you do, just don't talk to cops, even when they nab you on illegal stops. Just 'cause you did it doesn't mean you're guilty, but please talk to a local attorney. Was that the fat guy Rick Hayden yelled at? Why, yes it was, he even knows he's fat. For all this fun and more, there's one place to go, here on Sean Martin's Potentially Criminal Show.
All right, chat. So here's what happened. One of my neighbors was walking down the street and heard her barking her head off. And they came up to the door and they had their dog out for a walk. And they're like, We were making sure she wasn't left outside. We heard her barking her head off. And I'm like, no, she just misses 2.0. And they're like, really? I said, yeah, she's right there. And she's just standing in the back of the house, just bork, 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 bork. And they're like, oh. And I'm like, she misses her person. And they're like, okay, we just wanted to make sure everything was all right. She wasn't stuck outside. And I'm like, I appreciate that. It's nice to have good neighbors. So anyways, chat, figured I'd tell you, getting us in trouble, lady. Stop. All right, chat. You guys have a great night. Good night, chat. I'm the dog abuser. Yes, I'm the neighborhood Hassan. I'm the neighborhood Turk Roach. Yes, it's a polite white people way of saying shut your dog up. I agree. So I'm going to go spend time with Lainey so she stops. No model bench. No, not tonight, Bella. Like I said, I got to take care of Lainey. I don't know what her deal is, and I don't want her to feel alone. So I'm going to go take care of Lainey. Have a great night, chat. So anyways, do. Oh, hold on. There we go. Good night, chat. No, we're not starting it again, Sue. EDW rep for $14.88. We're going all night, chat. So how about a 2-hour model bed, Sean? No, we're not. We're done. Stu says, for fuck's sake. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'll keep it going for a second. But we are done, chat. You guys all have a great night. Like I said, I got to go take care of Lainey and give her some company. Oh, yes, the doggos need love. That's right, chat. You're being so selfish. My dogs need love, and you're taking me away from my dogs. So, Lindy just wanted chat to support the stream. Just says, I'll replay it because I'm a good sport. Fine, I'll replay it. Fine, we'll replay it, chat. Here we go. We'll replay it. Actually, hold on. Hold on. Okay. I think if I click on it. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Restarting, chat. Good night. Good night again, chat.
Weapons, blacksmithing, and models of planes, esoteric works, and even some trains. Much merriment had while drinking White Claws, tips on hunting, and even talking the law. Whatever you do, just don't talk to cops, even when they nab you on illegal stops. Just 'cause you did it doesn't mean you're guilty, but please talk to a local attorney. Was that the fact